It's the 1970s, and my friends and I start a group called SEA, Student Environmental Action. We're all 8 years old. I know, it's obvious. I was an early adopter of nerd, and I don't remember why we started the group, and I don't think we did any environmental action. Mostly we sat in the library and talked about pollution. We wanted everyone to stop smoking, and we were concerned about the seal hunt. You could say our mandate wasn't cohesive. Anyway, me and my pals in Student Environmental Action, we were also that very year preparing for our first confession. This is a Catholic thing. It happens in spring. It's where you confess a sin to a priest while sitting in a large wooden box in a church. It's meant to be a time of renewal and hope, but it's really about shame and repression. It's great. Anyway, we had to prepare for the confession because, you only had a certain amount of time in the confessional with the priest. And there were lots of rules and a script to follow. You get in the box, you sit down, you look down, you never look at the priest. He's just over here. You wait for your cue, you say your sin, and then you get penance. That's like prayer, homework, And we worked really hard on practicing, and the priests told us that the more authentic the confession, like more real the sin, the better we would feel, like the sky was going to be bluer. But we needed sins. So we made up a list of plausible 8-year-old sins. Things like lying and cheating and cursing. We were sure other 8-year-olds did this. Of course, we didn't, because we were busy with the movement. We cut the list up and put it into a hat, and we drew straws or sins. This was mine. Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. I stole loose change from Mom's purse to buy Tiger Beat, a teen gossip magazine, the one with David Cassidy from the Partridge Family on the cover. I practiced it a lot. Petty theft was my chosen sin, and I added the Tiger Beat thing in just for some real 8-year-old authenticity, and I practiced it so much, but the truth is, the more I practiced, the greater my unease. It's true. I had a real sin I had not told the kids in C about. Not a fake Tiger Beat sin, a real thing I had done. I had broken a promise to my mom. That year she had surgery. Nothing life-threatening, but something very important to her. It was to repair her nose. A problem from her childhood. Now, she was very concerned that people in our working class neighborhood in Montreal would gossip about the surgery. They would say it was plastic surgery, and they would say she'd had a nose job. And they would say she was vain and fancy, and she wasn't any of those things. Now, in my neighborhood in the 70s, plastic surgery wasn't common, but gossip was. So I understood her point, and she was really serious and adamant about this. She said, listen to me. If anyone asks you, you tell them I had sinus surgery. Well, I didn't quite keep that promise, but I was concerned about it, but I had made the vow, to the kids in C with the fake sins, and so I just decided I'm going to stick to the plan, the fake sin, the Tiger Beat thing it is. So it's confession day, the big day. I step into that big wooden box and, it's a lot darker and warmer in here. They didn't tell us about this part. And I try to think about the script and the rules, and I breathe deeply, and it kind of smells in here. It smells like the stuff my mother uses on the furniture at home. It smells like Murphy's oil, but in here it's combined with feet. I'm starting to panic. I get the cue I'm supposed to say my confession. Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. Forgive me, Father, for I couldn't do it. I start to panic. I don't know if it's my conscience, or was it the promise of a bluer sky? Was it the heat in the confessional? Was it the Murphy's oil channeling my mother? I don't know, but everything is starting to flow together in my mind, like David Cassidy and the seals and my mother's purse and everybody smoking, and I'm a mess now, and I don't know what to do. And, well, I take in a deep breath, and I do this. Father, I'm so sorry. I was going to tell you about Tiger Beat magazine and my mother's purse and David Cassidy, but the thing is, Father, my mother had surgery, Father. It was on her nose. It was a childhood injury, Father, when she was really worried. You know how it is, Father. People in this neighborhood, they really gossip, and they were going to say it was a nose job, Father. And apparently, Father, we can't afford a nose job. Anyway, Father, I should also tell you that the kids in C and I, we made up a whole bunch of fake sins, and I was going to tell you that I stole money from my mom's purse to buy Tiger Beat magazine, the one with David Cassidy on the cover. But Father, see, the really big thing is, Father, I promised my mother I'd tell everyone it was sinus surgery. And I told everybody she had a nose job because I thought it was funny. Father, my mother had a nose job. It's the nose job, Father. It's not the Tiger Beat thing. Okay, so her injury really was from her childhood, and the surgery, it included some plastics, but technically it wasn't plastic surgery. I understood her concerns, but, well, the minute she said the word nose job, though, that was all I heard. I was a nerd, but I was 8, and it was the funniest word I ever heard. Until I heard the word blowjob. I also thought that was very, very funny. So, yeah, I told everyone she had a nose job. I said it all the time, nose job, nose job, nose job. I'm in the confessional now, and it's all out there now, right? The fake sins, the Tiger Beats, the real sin, the nose job, and oddly, I do feel unburdened. Maybe the sky is going to be bluer. And it's quiet now until I hear the priest, big belly laugh and snorting on the other side. Well, we're both off script now, aren't we? I'm going to break the rules. I look up and over through the grate. I see the priest. He's smiling, composing himself, staring into his shoes. I don't know this priest. He's a young guy visiting. Nice face. Not David Cassidy nice, mind you, but nice. And he turns and looks at me, and our eyes meet, and this isn't supposed to happen. And he says, "I'm so sorry, my child. You caught me off guard. The nose job, that was good." Okay, Father. I got penance anyway. I got to do prayer homework, and I had to tell my mother the whole thing eventually, and I had to promise to stop saying the word nose job just for a while. Yeah. So that was my first and last confession. It was really my best confessional work. There's nowhere to go from there, and I did tell my mother, and she, eventually found it really funny. And, the kids in C, I can't see you, but I wonder if you could just do it with me, your hands in the air. Student environmental action. Yeah. Yeah, they did fine with their fake sins, and no one ever knew that I broke under the pressure of the whole nose job thing. Now, C disbanded that year. I think being 8-year-old environmentalists in the early 70s was too much pressure. I also think, though, I changed that day. There was something very different about me. People were talking. I had been in that confessional longer than the requisite 3 minutes. Some said I was in there up to 6 minutes, a record for the confessional season. What had I been saying that was keeping the priest so amused because people heard him laughing? Yeah. No, people weren't gossiping about a nose job now. They were gossiping about me. My new reputation changed. Always a nerd. Environmentalist, yeah. Something mysterious now. An early sinner. We all start somewhere. Thank you.